Hello and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, May 3rd, and I'm your host, Krista McDonald. Monday night, town meeting members and officials reconvened in the NHS auditorium for night 2 of special town meeting. A majority of the 3-hour meeting was spent discussing Article 5, which was tabled from night 1 due to a rough draft being mistakenly presented to town meeting members. Article 5 was a proposal to amend the zoning bylaw, Section 9.4, Downtown Apartment Overlay District, by deleting the entire section of 9.4 and inserting a new section called Mixed Use Overlay District. The purpose of the amendment is to promote a live-work development in Norwood's downtown and neighborhood centers that encourage a mixed-use environment that is less automobile-dependent and more pedestrian-friendly. With all the correct information in hand, members and town officials debated the article for nearly an hour and a half. After a number of registered speakers on the original article and an amendment to the article, it went to vote.
So this is a vote on the main motion as amended. Although this requires a 2/3 vote, so let's start with a show of hands. All those in favor of the amended motion, please say aye and raise your hands. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay and raise your hand. Nay. All right, we have one vote in opposition. We have far in excess of 2 votes in favor. So the motion has carried.
After Article 5 passed, the meeting members moved to Article 7. After a brief discussion, the motion passed. The remainder of the night was spent covering Articles 8 through 21, which were financial matters represented by the Finance Commission. All recommended motions passed. The annual town meeting will begin May 13th at 7:30 p.m. As always, NCM will be broadcasting the meetings live on the government channel and streaming on norwoodcommunitymedia.org. Thursday, the Norwood Police were made aware of an incident that took place near the high school between a student and what was described as a young male in his early 20s. Shortly following the incident, Superintendent of Schools Dr. Thompson sent an email to the parents and staff which read, "I am writing to you with a safety alert. Today, after school, a high school student reported that they were approached by an adult male driving a dark-colored sedan in the area of Victoria Circle and Bonnie Lane. The adult male then reportedly asked the student for directions and then exposed himself to the student. The alleged offender is described as a white male with dark hair in his early 20s with no facial hair. We ask you to remain vigilant and to remind your students to stay vigilant as well. Please take a moment to remind your child to never approach a strange vehicle and to run away and scream if approached. If you have any information to provide, please contact the Norwood Police Department. Norwood Police are investigating the incident and we will keep you updated with any new information." There was some exciting news this week from one of our well-known restaurants, One Bistro. Food Network producers from the show Guy's Grocery Games reached out to the restaurant to ask if 3 of their chefs would be interested in competing on the show's cooking competition. The episode was filmed in late October and aired this past Wednesday night. We had a chance to talk to the chefs about their experience and how they fared in the national cooking competition.
My anxiety was pretty high that morning. I was just trying to keep calm and just stick to the basics of cooking. Don't go too hard with the cooking. Just kind of boom, 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 and get it done.
At first, when they told us that we're starting cooking with ingredients starts with letter C, my first thing popped in my head was cod. But the only cod they had in the supermarket was frozen. So after that, I was blank. Like I didn't even know what to do anymore, and I just went along where they went. I just kept looking on the ingredients and just creating a dish on top of my head as we go on.
And it was difficult because I grabbed heavy cream to make ganache, and Guy comes over and he's like, "This starts with an H, you can't use this." And we had to run back and find something else because there's no carton that just says cream with a C. So we had to improvise.
Yeah, the first round for me was pretty intense. Too many thoughts going through my head. What begins with C? And just trying to stick together as a team. We will go here first, then here, then over here to find the C. Then we get back to the station. A couple of our ingredients don't begin with the letter C. So we had to run back. And luckily, Guy was nice and helped us out a couple times throughout the first round.
So, like I said, with the first one, we were very nervous, and we were so relieved that we made it. And something in me that I felt like I was very confident that we're gonna win this now, and that's what I told to Nate and Katie.
Well, after the first round, I was kind of bummed out because I've made calamari thousands of times. I should have strained it before I put it into the dredge. So in the second round, I had the redemption salad. I used all 3 whammies. It was dragon fruit and my vinaigrette. I used a spiralizer for the fried sweet potato. I used the beef jerky in the goat cheese fritter and just had to make a nice little salad. And the judges happened to love it, which was awesome.
how
Paul,
did he say
Paul
this?
didn't even know we won it first. He thought that Guy was announcing the name of the next team to be eliminated.
Exactly, because that's
So-
what happened in the first round, and I thought that's going to be the same way in the second round. And when I realized that we won, because because I bowed my head, I don't know, I thought I was going to cry, but the other team, the other head chef from the other team, reached out to me and shook my hand. I was like, "Say congratulations." I was like, "Well, did we win?" Then I saw like everyone, Nathan, kid, were happy. I was like, "Oh yeah, we won."
Thanks for all your guys' support and wishing us the best for the competition, and we appreciate it. Now you guys can come out and try our food.
Once again, congrats to One Bistro and their amazing chefs. Look out for a special Guys Grocery Games menu in the upcoming weeks. Stay tuned after this break to take a look at the police and fire department's new gym and for this week's Living Local. Welcome back. Recently, the police and fire department weight room, with the help of Ernie Bach Jr., underwent a major makeover. New equipment, flooring, and materials gives the facility a brand new look. This past Tuesday, Bach, along with police and fire staff and town employees, gathered for the official ribbon-cutting ceremony and thanked Bach Jr. for his contribution to the facility.
I think I'll just start. So I just want to thank the members of the Board of Selectmen here, Mr. Bishop, Mr. Howard, Mr. Hajar, Town Manager Tony Rizzuto was here, members of the Norwood Fire Department, members of the Norwood Police Department. I'm here with Chief Maurice. I guess I just want to start by thanking Ernie for obviously for your donation and your generosity. I hope, but I think both departments have good reputations in town that we provide good service, and so what's most important to me, and I know Chief Maurice, is the health and fitness of our employees, and that's what allows them to be out in the field and out in the job and work long hours and provide good service. So to that, you've donated to that and contributed to that, but personally, I appreciate all that you've done for us.
All right, here we go. How this happened is I'm from Norwood, so I love the town, and I had heard that the police and fire, the gym was a little dicey, and someone approached me and asked if I would help support, putting a new gym in, and I jumped at the chance. I completely believe in it. As a matter of fact, I took my personal stair stepper and donated it that I lost 45 pounds on, so I'm a believer in it.
And we were contemplating going out to local business owners asking for donations of sorts, and Officer Costa wrote a letter to Mr. Bonk, and we got back from them almost a day later saying that they would take on the project in its entirety, in which they did, and they came through. I've seen more people going up there now with the newer equipment. The amount of officers and firefighters that are taking advantage of it has increased dramatically.
The place looks great. Congratulations to the police and fire department. We hope you enjoy your new facility, and now you have zero excuses for not working out. If you have recently injured yourself or have had an operation done that requires physical therapy, the Norwood Physical Therapy on Washington Street is the place for you. Let's learn all about it on this week's Living Local.
My name is Mike Kane, and this is Norwood Physical Therapy. We are a physical therapy clinic right next to Norwood Public Library.
Located near downtown, Norwood Physical Therapy's mission is to ensure that their patients achieve their individual functional and sports goals. It is their goal to provide the highest quality of physical therapy care, education, and consultation within the communities and patient populations they serve.
We offer physical therapy services. Generally, orthopedic patients come in here, meaning they have a problem with muscles, bones, ligaments, tendons, and we give them physical therapy services to help get them back to reaching their goals, whether it be return to work, return to sports, return to everyday life. We get them back to living.
Employees at Norwood PT pride themselves on taking the time to learn all about not only their patient's injury, but their personal lives as well.
I like getting to know the patients. I like the fact that if I treat 15 patients in a day, each half an hour time slot with the patient is a different conversation. It's getting to know something about somebody. I know one patient comes in, we're going to be talking about the Red Sox. Another patient I can look and see we have kids the same age. I know we're going to be talking about the college search or teaching a kid to drive. It's the day changes constantly all day long, and it's about helping the person and helping them get better, and it's very rewarding.
I don't know, it's just they make you feel like you're family, and that's what you want, and everything. They help you, and they talk to you, and you find out, each one knows each person better than the other person.
They care for a wide range of injuries at Norwood PT.
In the mornings, it's some of the Medicare patients, some work comp patients, so we might be seeing more total hip replacements, total knee replacements, patients who are dealing with aging and having walking difficulties, balance difficulties. As the day goes on, in the afternoon, we get the kids coming in after school, student athletes, so ACL tears, shoulder injuries, overuse injuries, tendon repetitive injuries. And then later in the night, we get the after work crowd, again, low back pain, shoulders. So we see it all.
They've helped me very much, so I've had both my knees, a partial knee replacement, and I've been here for over a year now. Yeah, I've been coming here for over a year. It's helped me a lot.
With many physical therapy centers in the area, Norwood PT's hometown feel is what sets them apart.
I think what sets us apart is the one-on-one, the hands-on, the one-on-one time. We don't rush anybody out the door. Some patients are here for well over an hour, and we take a lot of pride in helping our patients get to where they want to be. I think coming to Norwood Physical Therapy, you'll get that small hometown feel. We're not a big corporate PT clinic. We're small, we're local. The physical therapists who work here have worked here for years. And I think we help reflect that Norwood feel.
Just they're great, and then if anybody needs physical therapy, I do say to come here. It's very good. They treat you good, they make you feel at home.
Stay tuned after this break to find out what is happening in your local government.
Hi Norwood, Travis Farley, the Recreation Director for the town of Norwood. I just wanted to take a moment to say we are still looking for lifeguard applications and pool maintenance applications. Obviously these are fun summer jobs for any of our Norwood residents, high school, college, young adults. You're working outside, you're working with a lot of good people. Obviously you're working primarily at the pools. For the lifeguards, if you're not certified and you're interested in lifeguarding and you're over the age of 16, we do offer a lifeguard certification class on June 17th to the 21st. Pools open on June 29th. So we're looking to hire people and get them trained by June 29th. Lifeguards, obviously, you're going to be working primarily at the pool, supervising the pool, making sure people are following pool rules. Pool maintenance, you're going to be checking chemicals, checking tags, making sure the pool is operating properly. So a lot of fun. Like I said, you're working with a lot of great people. If you're interested, please contact Travis Farley or Howard Weinstein at the Civic Center. So a lot of good seasonal jobs still open in the Recreation Department. If you're interested, please contact us at 781-762-0466. Thank you very much for your time, and we hope to hear from you soon.
Welcome back to Norwood News. With summer just around the corner and the kids on the hunt for jobs, the selectmen pulled winners for the DPW Summer Job Lottery at their Tuesday meeting. The Summer Job Lottery is a chance for 10 kids and 3 alternates to work for the Public Works Department over the summer. Toward the end of their meeting, the Board of Selectmen voted to support the operational override, which will be going to the polls on June 3rd. The override will allow the Board of Selectmen to increase the tax base by the traditional 2.5% and for fiscal year 2020 an additional $5.95 million.
It comes down to one thing as far as I'm concerned. That's the children here in Norwood. The children are the future of the town of Norwood, as they will be in many, many towns across the country. And it's our obligation as citizens of this town to give them the best education we possibly can to make them the best people they can possibly be going forward. And that's my particular position. All right, we have a motion to support the ballot question on June 3rd of the override, and I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Unanimous.
The next Board of Selectmen meeting will be Tuesday, May 7th at 6:30. Also on Tuesday night, the Airport Commission held an informational meeting in the Police and Fire Community Room. During the hour-and-a-half meeting, the Commission presented their master plan, which covered a number of topics, including facility needs, runway improvements, building height restrictions, the master taxiway plan, helicopter pads, parking, and the financial plan. After the presentation concluded, the Commission opened the meeting to field questions from the public. The Airport Commission will meet again later this month. Wednesday night, the Conservation Commission met for their first meeting in the month of May. Much of the meeting was spent crossing T's and dotting I's, approving notices of intent, and signing determinations of applicability. There was some exciting discussion about an orchard installation at Endine Field. Committee member Cheryl Doyle explains more.
Mark said he'll have the guy, right? Yeah. Mark's gonna have the guys dig the holes. They'll put the trees in. They'll put our cage in and the watering thing, and they'll give us a spigot. Sue so graciously said she'll help us keep them watered. And Ramonda and I will go out and we're gonna stake it. We got a walking runner, so we can stake them all out.
The next Conservation Commission meeting is scheduled for May 15th. To watch complete government coverage, tune into the NCM Government Channel or watch it on demand at norwoodcommunitymedia.org. Stay tuned after this break to find out what is happening in your schools. Welcome back. Now we're going to go across the studio to our schools reporter Tim Rose to learn all about what is happening in the Norwood School District this week.
Hi guys, I'm Tim Rose, and let's take a look at some activities happening in our Norwood schools this week. Educators from the Massachusetts Horticultural Society visited the Willett Early Childhood Center this week. While conditions on the ground did not support outdoor planting, the children were able to enjoy this activity inside the classroom. The young scientists learned about the parts of a plant and how to take care of plants. They look forward to planting their seedlings in their outdoor classroom garden beds as soon as the weather is favorable. Thank you to the Willett PTO for sponsoring this enrichment activity. The Little Mustangs Preschool Academy, students have been busy planting seeds of kindness. Each class read and discussed the book If You Plant a Seed by Kadir Nelson, and the entire preschool came together for an all-school meeting to watch and listen to inspiring videos and songs related to different ways to be kind to ourselves, each other, and to the earth. Speech therapist extraordinaire Miss Michelle also introduced a month-long initiative of Each Good Deed Earns a Seed. Each preschool classroom has been given a container to collect seeds of kindness. When a teacher witnesses a student in her classroom performing an act of kindness, a seed is added to the container. After the seeds start to germinate, they will be transplanted into our kindness garden out in front of the school. The LMPA staff and students would like to thank the PTO for purchasing the raised flower beds. This garden has truly been a group effort, and the staff would like to thank their school nurse, Miss Tammy and her children, Miss Michelle and her children, school secretary Mrs. Sullivan, and custodian Miss Denise. Recently, Coakley Middle School principal Dr. Frasick became a CMS student for a day. She shadowed student Maura Beads throughout her day and experienced life as a middle school student. Let's find out what it was like.
The Fall of a Student Day, it's not an original idea of mine. It's one that I saw some other principals that I work with through the Massachusetts School Administrators Association doing. But we do it in order to take an inside look at our schools. Even just waiting at the bus stop, you forget as an adult that it's cold and not always so much fun to wait for the bus out in the morning, and how very early it is. I think it was 6:47 when Maura and I went to wait for the bus that day. We were in the hallways first, and there is just a whole other world in the hallways of our school. After science, we had STEM class, which was amazing with Mr. O'Connor. They were doing maglev cars. Then we had to lunchtime, which is really, really late. I was really, really hungry by the time that we got to lunch class, or we got to lunch. And then we finished out the day with some math. I'm a former math teacher, so that was probably the easiest class for me that day. But definitely nice to see kids working together in math class, because that's really what I want to see all the time. The biggest thing for me is getting to take that inside look, and I encourage principals everywhere to do it. I encourage anyone who works in a school. I would encourage Superintendent Thompson to come down and spend a day as a student, because I think it really gives you a clear idea of what your students are experiencing, gives you an idea of what the culture of the school is, how teachers interact with kids, how kids interact with each other, and really gave me some good inspiration as we start to work on next year's school improvement plan, and we're finishing up the district strategic plan about what are the areas that we are doing really, really well, and what are some areas that we really need to work on.
It's obvious that this was a fun and rewarding experience for Dr. Frasick. At the Cleveland School, they tried something a little bit different. Third grade student Coley Becker became Cleveland principal for a day and discovered that being Mrs. Coppola was an awful lot of work. Her tasks included reviewing morning announcements with students, helping first grade students with writing, serving healthy snacks at lunch, and handing out basketball awards. Let's watch this video produced by Mrs. Gavin.
Having lunch in Ms. Coppola's office. And I would love to do this again.
The Balch Elementary School held an early literacy fair for all Norwood Public Schools students in grade kindergarten through second grade. This event was sponsored by our Coordinated Family and Community Engagement Grant and offered students and their families a multitude of activities to engage with literacy. Coakley Middle School and High School volunteers helped by manning the iPad station, Fishing for Word station, Read Aloud area, and a variety of hands-on activity centers. Families were given information about selecting books, read-alouds, and other ways to engage with their child around literacy. Students could even sign up for a library card from the Norwood Library. It was a fun event and hopefully sparked some students' interest in reading and writing. Well, that's it for school news. For more information about the Norwood school system, please check the website, Facebook, and watch Norwood Community Media. Now let's send it over to Brian Dunn with the latest sports news.
Thanks, Tim. It's May and the Mustang teens have had a solid week, not only in terms of wins, but accolades beyond the school and the hill. You want it, we got it. Let's break it all down for you. Softball took on the Westwood Wolverines in a Tri-Valley contest at the Lower Cleveland field this past Wednesday. The Mustangs came out swinging early and jumped out to an early lead on Westwood. Let's throw it down to Mike Crowley and Nora Glenn for the call of the action.
Then she pulls it back, and she drives it through the hole on the right-hand side. That should get two Mustangs home. Nice piece of hitting there by number 17, Addie Hodson, in the Mustang first. And that one that's going to get through in left field. That's going to be extra bases for Heather Gagliard. That's going to bring in, and that's actually going to clear the bases for Heather Gagliard. So 3 more runs come in for the Mustangs. That scores Danielle Caravan, Addie Hodson, and also Katie Welsh. Big 3-run double.
But multi-talented, that Garzinski family. So
yes, for sure.
They can put them in a lot of positions. There we go.
For sure. Wow, some nice velocity on that pitch from Katie Welch.
Oh, nice. Oh, she got her. Nice job. All right, going to Bryn. She looks. Oh, they got it. Nice. They might get her. Ooh, hit her in the face.
What an excellent double play by the Mustangs. The first inning. And she also hit one right back to the pitcher.
Whoa. Get a piece of that. It's high. I don't know. I think it's to her. Oh, she didn't. She stays on base.
So she's going to reach. Jenna Costa is going to, and that is the 7th run on the day for the Mustangs.
That might drop. It did.
And that's Addie Hodson. She singles to center field, so she's aboard.
Nozzle goes. 2 outs. Oh!
And that was a nicely hit ball by Katie Welch.
Yeah. Damn. Oh. Oh, that's fair. That's
fair ball. That'll be 2 runs for sure.
Come on, come on,
And
come on.
Kaylee will be standing at third with a stand-up triple.
Wow.
Wow.
Knew she could do it.
Fantastic. For the Wolverines.
There we go. She did it. Well, nice job.
What a fantastic game.
Wednesday was super busy as almost every team was in action. Over on the turf, the girls lacrosse team worked hard to edge out a narrow victory. Allie McDonough went to work behind the net, and other Mustangs were in the fold as well as the Mustangs defeated Milford 13-11 at home. Baseball had a great week as they grabbed their first 2 wins of the season. They started with a win over Westwood, sparked by a home run by Jason Dennehy, and then Jay Wachowski and Mark Murphy in the second game as the Mustangs ended the week with an 11-6 victory over Millis this past Thursday. Boys lacrosse unfortunately ran into a powerhouse Hopkinton Hillers program and dropped a road contest to the Hillers 17-5. Boys tennis fell just short of a home victory over Westwood 3-2. Girls tennis was defeated by the Wolverines 5-0, and volleyball hosted their opening day opponent Nipmuc Regional and lost in straight sets in the Norwood High School game. And in track and field action, the teams traveled to Medfield for a date with Warriors. First place finishes include Sada McLeod, Paul Forrest, Catherine Hurley, Olivia Bodette, Ada Mulligan, and Solomon King. And that does it for a busy week in Mustang sports, but let me take a second to acknowledge quite a few alumni success stories. Erin Garzinski from the SNHU softball team was recently awarded the NE10 Conference Player of the Year award. She led the league in batting average and doubles for the conference. A great accomplishment, Erin. Congratulations. Over on the track, Pat Forrest of Merrimack College a couple weeks ago ran a 46.67 400-meter dash that at the time ranked him second in the entire country in that category for NCAA Division II track and field. Same sport, different school, John Blake of Ithaca College placed first in the Greyhound Invite 3K with a time of 9 minutes 28.6 seconds. At the time, it was good for 37th in the country for NCAA Division III track. And Casey Smith, with all her individual accomplishments, has added another one to the shelf. She was the recipient of the Father William Gartland CSC Senior Student Athlete Award. Congratulations, Casey, an incredible honor. And that's going to do it for me. A reminder to check into social media for NCM for updates on when sports will be going live and airing on our channels throughout the week. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll chat soon. Kristen, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Brian. Last weekend saw a host of events around town. Friday night, the Recreation Department held its annual Sweetheart Dance. Let's go take a look at this special event.
So today's our Sweetheart Dance. We have a Ties and Tiaras dance in the winter, so this one is our Sweetheart Dance. We've had it this is our 5th year. There's lots of people everywhere, as you can see. But yeah, it's a night of dancing and hanging out. We have a lot of balloon popping. That seems to be the favorite here, as well as kids chasing everybody, but not a lot of dancing, but a lot of red faces, so I think they're running around getting their exercise.
Hey, let's bring it all in front of the DJ table for this cha-cha slide. Let's go.
DJing the mother-son dance. You know, having a lot of fun. We played the cha-cha slide. We played the not the Cotton Eye Joe. We played the Cupid Shuffle. Played a song from High School Musical so we can get the mothers and sons to dance together. Some of them wanted to. Some of them were like, ew, no. Dancing with my mom, no thank you. But, you know, it's a good time. Just having all the guys together and, like, hanging out with their mothers. You know, they only want to hang out with their mothers for so long. I know. I think, like, last summer, my mom was like, you want to go see a movie with me? And I said no, and then I ended up feeling really bad. So, you know, hanging out with your kid while they still want to hang out with you is a super cool thing.
Such a great event. Then on Saturday, the South Norwood Committee and the Recreation Department teamed up for their annual fishing derby and rubber duck race at Haws Brook. Residents of Norwood and surrounding communities participated in the event. Let's go take a look. that looked like a ton of fun. And finally on Sunday morning, residents from all around Norwood attended the second annual Earth Day Community Picnic and Fair. Due to the inclement weather, the celebrations were moved from the town common to the NHS gym. Many different town organizations and community groups banded together to make this day possible.
We have over 20 groups and organizations from in and around Norwood. Some of the highlights are Progress Norwood, the Norwood Trails Advisory Committee, the Conservation Commission is here today, and also the Norwood DPW.
In addition to all the activities in the gym, community volunteers cleaned different sites around town.
So today we're doing cleanups around town at 12 different sites, all the elementary schools and a few playgrounds and trails. Try to get some trash and waste out of the way so it doesn't get into the rivers and streams, and just clean up the town and make it look a little nicer.
Thank you to everyone that volunteered their time to clean various locations around town. Also to the town departments and community groups that helped organize the day. Well, that's all for Norwood News. To stay up to date with Norwood Community Media, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend.